Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's the Jaguars going up against the Chiefs. So with that, let's get you out to the stadium. Standing by tonight are our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. They'll set up to throw. And right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A miserable start here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and very long. Now a shotgun snap is under pressure. They got him again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That's taken on the 25. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
Time running out here on the play clock. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. And a look at the offense that is hoping to put some points up in bunches here in this one. So they run it on 2nd down. Now let's see what 3rd down brings here for the offense. On 3rd and short to give it a tight end. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. So it'll be first down here after the run. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass.
Green 90.
Bortles now on first down. He's got time in the pocket. He'll rifle this. That's caught inside the 20. They get 31 yards that time. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some...
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Allen Robinson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offensive move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 11 yards on the pickup. Good enough for a Kansas City first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Watching now, Barney. Now let's go. Over. Now, here we go. Check. Patriot.
Looking to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And this Jacksonville Jaguar defense, Charles, they have a lot riding on the youngster Jalen Ramsey.
As you well know, he was my #1 player coming out of the 2016 draft. I loved his versatility. The big question mark, is he enough of a ball hawk? Didn't have very many interceptions in college, but boy, he does everything else that you want. Runs, hits, wraps up on his tackles. He's going to start on the corner for the Jaguars.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Leopard. All right, here we go. Green. Watching now, Barney.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. 3 receivers to the left. One to the right. Play action. Now it's Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a KC touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. So after the INT, it's Bortles. That one complete to Anderson. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On the end around, here comes Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
When big plays occur, offensive coordinators can do one of two things. They can come right back to the same play saying, defense, you've seen it, but you can't stop it. Or they file it away and bring it out later when they think they need it.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Bortles. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now here comes Kansas City. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
All right, say it with me now. There are a lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. Stays on his feet. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Keeper, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. It's their quarterback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front.
And the sneak works on 2nd and goal. They didn't wait until it was 4th down to try and get him across.
No, and I think if you're the QB, you like these plays. I mean, you want to hand it off sometimes, but also prove that you can get it in there as well.
Yeah, it makes you really part of the gang, doesn't it? It makes you part of the crew, and it really bonds you with those big offensive linemen because then you get to celebrate with the big fellas.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Here we go now! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll try and sneak it here. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They come up in an offset eye. Here's Bortles to throw. And he is going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Bortles. It's a safety. Had it on their 1, elected to try the pass, and that's the risk you run, a safety.
Yeah, as a former defender, I like it when they try and play that kind of style of ball. Go ahead and throw it from your own end zone because my guys are coming.
The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And last time they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store.
Let's go! Green!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. The Conley's got it over the middle. It's a big play there for the Chiefs. 30 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know they're going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to go out of bounds. He takes this one down shy of the 20. It'll go as a gain of 12. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Gun!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Detroit! Here we go now!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Switch it up here and look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Chris Conley in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are once again going to retake the lead. And he knocks it through. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They come out here in the eye. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So we've come to halftime at a 5-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. To throw is Bortles. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good. So they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really... Second down following the incompletion. the gun. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
But has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
One thing I know, defensive coaches love it when they don't have to invite their players to the party. This strong safety, you never have to ask him twice to help in run support. He's going to arrive and in a bad mood.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it third down and 10.
Well, there really wasn't much there, but a completion is a completion. A tough third down awaits them.
Third down now following the completed pass. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave them looking at a 4th and 1. Now the Chiefs bring on their field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hauschka's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the third quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Bortles will try again on second down. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumble. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Ah, yes, this is where the expression staying ahead of the chains comes into play. Good runs like that one set you up well for third down.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Bortles firing quickly here, and that's complete. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. And a pretty simple completion there underneath, but a successful one for the offense.
Partner, doesn't have to be the big shots downfield all the time. Having that safety net underneath is a great thing for a quarterback.
Middle of the field, it's Robinson. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he's brought down. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
That was a good, strong run for a 1st down, and they are just dominating right now on this drive. They've stayed on the field, which consequently means the opposition's offense can't get out there and score any points.
We're back now in KC. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun, it's Bortles. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Trey Burton, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars move back within a couple of the lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Bortles is going to throw for it. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here comes Kansas City. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on 1st down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Let's go! Leopard! Leopard! Gun! Set! Clean! No. Check! Waitress!
to throw again. Caught here by Conley. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk-reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here. They'll look to throw again. And it's complete to Kelsey. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a play fake here on first down. This will be caught at the 2. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get them in the end zone. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. It's a quarterback sneak. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They come out here in the I. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead. And he puts it through. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Bortles now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they're going to the middle of the field when they're running the out cut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Bortles now to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Back to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. He's back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
He'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. Now they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on 3rd down after having such a long drive going.
Hey, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Now Bortles got to have this one. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They have the lead, still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off, and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes